All right, so this is how to turn on the lights and get all the lights going on a Sunday morning. We'll be adding some new features here in the next few months, but for what this is now, this is how you'll do it. On the back here, I'm going to tilt this up. You can see there's a power switch right there. You're going to flip that power switch on, and you'll see that the light here came on showing you have power. So this is plugged in back here. For some reason, this gets pulled sometimes and doesn't quite fit in there, so you're going to make sure that that's in there. If your lights aren't working, test that. So basically, off of startup, this says 101, and what this is saying is that we're in bank 1, scene. I'm sorry, this is scene 1, bank 1. So these are all of our scenes. We have 8 options on scenes per bank, and there's like 100 banks or something like that. So more than we'll ever need. So we could basically have a ton of presets. And so what I've done is this bank 1 is like your basic lights. So you have 1, 2, and basically like there's 2 different kinds of lights. If you look up at the truss, the ones on the left, that's what's on now. I'm going to turn off this light a little bit so you can see it. The ones on the left are what's on right now, the left and the right, and those are like regular light bulbs. They're called incandescent. And then the ones in the middle, I'm going to turn these on too here in a second. Those are LEDs. See how it got a lot wider? Yeah. Then those are the LEDs. So the LEDs are a lot like lighter than the other ones. So that's, if you hit it twice, like I'm on 1 and I hit 1 again, it'll just turn everything off. So that's the basic parts here, and you can just go through, and they're just slightly different, each one of these settings. And there's 4 of them on bank 1. So 1, 2, 3, 4. And you'll just decide which one you like. Now, when everybody comes in on a Sunday morning, we want to try to have a little atmosphere, and so lights are a great way to do that. And like I said, we'll be getting more lights, but if I go up here to a bank up, so remember we were on bank 1 there. If I hit this bank up button, now we're on bank 2, okay? Now there's a different set of colors. Now these are all LEDs here, and so I have them programmed to different colors. So they're just, you've got all these, but what's cool is I can then go to here where it says MIDI add. It's kind of wearing away, but it's this one right here. If I hit that, then it's going to go through this chase. Why isn't it going through? I'm sorry, my bad. Not MIDI add. The auto delete right here. If I hit this auto delete, then it's going to go through this chase. So you can see the lights are going crazy. Now there's 2 options here. These faders do 2 different things. The speed, if I pull the speed down, it's like how fast it's switching. So if you look at the stage, I pulled it down a little bit and it's like switch, 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 switch. If I pulled it down a little bit more, it's going to slow down even further. And so up at the top it says 0-1 second all the way to 10 minutes. If I had this down to 10 minutes, it would take 10 minutes for it to switch to the next color, which we'll never use. So then the other thing is there's this fade time. In other words, how long do you want it to take to switch from color to color? So if I move this fade time up, you almost don't even notice that it's switching, because it's like, this might be 5 seconds. It's taking that long to go to the next color. Okay, so if we had some really cool mood lighting or something, you could bump this up and the mood could change and you wouldn't even know it. It would just be kind of ambient stuff. So what you do is do it somewhere in between. So you don't necessarily want it to be, well, you can do it just like this, all the way up, all the way down. And for kids, that would probably be kind of cool. Or you can add just a little bit of this, of the fade time, and you can see like those transitions now became a little bit smoother as it's flipping back and forth. To get out of this chase, just hit the auto delete again, boom, just like that. And now you're paused on one of these, like paused on scene 5. So you could go back to this and then basically go back down, when they do this, the play or the skit, you can go back down to bank 1 right here, and then select one of the lighting schemes. So this one right here, 2, seems to be like a really good lighting scheme. And so again, I'm going to go through that one more time. So if I was going to do the lights, the colored lights, and chase them, I'm going to go to bank up, make sure it's on 2, and I'm going to hit auto delete. Oh, somehow I went back, my bad. Somehow I didn't go up to bank 2 there. So I'm going to bank 2 and make sure I'm on there. Yep, you may have to hit one of them and then auto delete. What the heck? Bank up. Okay, and that worked that time. Not sure what that was. So let me do that one more time. Stop, auto delete. I'm gonna bank down. I'm gonna change the colors back to one of these schemes. I'm gonna go bank up to 2. I'm gonna make sure we're on that scene. I'm gonna hit auto delete, and there's my chase, just like that. So there you go. And like I said, if your lights aren't working or something, that's what it is this back cord over here. So that's basically, that's how you run what we have here so far. I'm gonna get out of this chase, auto delete, I'm gonna bank back down, and go to 1. And then at the end of the day, when you're done, just flip off this right here, and you're good to go. Now what sometimes can happen is these LEDs are smart. They're smart LEDs is what they're called. And so if I turn, they'll basically stay on the last thing that you told it to stay on. So if I turn this off, like now, the board's off, but the LEDs think, oh, I'm supposed to stay here like this. So if that's the, if you can always turn the board off, back on, and then now it's defaulting to the startup, which is black. The other thing you can do with it is as your lights are, as you're leaving, you can hit this blackout button here, and at any time you need to black something out, you just hit that and it'll black out. And this little light right here is flashing, indicating that it's a blackout. And then you can put it back on. So probably the best way to shut it down is to just hit the blackout and then go over here, flip the switch, and you're good to go. So that's the startup and shutdown procedure for the lights, and we'll be adding new light fixtures, and we'll make another video for that, so don't worry about it.